evening, depends upon where you are. So today I will be speaking about how you can improve the communication and collaboration among your colleagues, among your users with Dynamics 365 and Teams, right? So that's the topic. And if I So those who don't know me, I work as a customer engineer for Microsoft, and I provide technical advisory to the premier customers within EMEA region. Um and I am coming from the technical background, which means like I started my journey back in 2006 when I started developing CRM systems. And currently, some of my interests include, you can say, the Power Platform, like which is the low code, no code platform from Microsoft, the design thinking approach, which I really love about how you can leverage this thinking to get some requirements out from the customers when they are not willing to give the requirements. And because of my technical background, I love this DevOps platform as well, right? Perfect. So let's jump into the agenda. Let me switch off my camera so that I can see a little bit better. Yeah. So the agenda of today's session would be how can we improve the Dynamics 365 and Teams integration, right? That what I will show you with some PowerPoint slides to start with. Then I will jump into a quick demo. I'll try to spend a little bit more time into the demo so that we can grasp all the information from our side, right? And last but not the least, I'll talk about what our wonderful product team is doing, right? As far as how I can share the details, I'll share the details. What are the plans? Where are we going in terms of this very needed and very beautiful integration, right? So when we talk about these two products, right? So these are the you can say the two products, very powerful products, Dynamics 365 and Microsoft Teams. So these are the two most used products in a business applications domain, or for the users within industries or premium customers. So there are two types of personas, you can say. So the one persona who usually work with business processes or biz apps applications like Dynamics 365, and there are people who usually work with teams for collaboration. And these type of people, when they want to work closely on some of the business processes, for example sales or customer service, or to close the deals or to close the cases, whatever you can think of, they have to collaborate. And there was a missing integration point, and that's where Microsoft is investing heavily for the past some years. That now they now we have Dynamics 365 app for Teams, right? So what we started with is that we started with Dynamics 365 app for Teams when we started the concept of apps within everything, right? So with this with this application, or with this integration point, you can say, what you usually get is that the first of all you get the collaboration hub, which means that you get the you have the liberty to access Dynamics 365 records, which you usually work with, together with the Office applications, and which can, for example, help you close the deals which you are working on, or it helps you close the cases, or relationship selling, or whatever, right? So it helps you in that sense. The second bigger thing which you can get from this cross-functional collaboration is you can work together with the customers, with your suppliers, with your partners, or any colleague across different departments or functions, right? Even if they are not Dynamics 365 or Biz Apps user. So that a huge milestone by having this application within Teams. Then you of course get the file integration. So what you can do is that you can co-author the documents using Office 365, and you can automatically sync those files, folders to Dynamics 365 custom engagement apps, right? And last but not the least, the Teams mobile app, which means like it has the possibility to search and update records from Microsoft Teams mobile app using Dynamics 365 bot while you are on the field, while you are speaking with a customer on like on a specific opportunity or whatever, right? So when you are speaking at the customer's location, you can leverage that mobile app as well. So when we talk about Dynamics 365 and Teams integration, so there are basically two types of integrations. There is the one to start with is the basic collaboration experience, which means that it gives you the possibility to add a model-driven app in a Dynamics 365 tab to a channel in Microsoft Teams, right? From that channel itself, you can connect a model-driven app record or a view, like such as my active accounts or my geographical accounts or whatever, or opportunities or open opportunities or something like that. So you can connect both. You have the liberty to connect a record or views from Dynamics 365 into a Teams channel. When you can say when you configure this basic collaboration experience, so all the configuration happens within Teams, right? And then the next type of integration is the enhanced collaboration experience, so which means like apart from what you have already got from the basic collaboration experience, you will have the functionality to add team members if you are a channel team owner as well. So that what you get on top of that. And for the enhanced collaboration experience, the configuration occurs in Dynamics 365, right? So let's further. So what are some of the requirements? So I highly doubt it that someone is running in an online version, at least for versions below 9.x. So that is almost gone. We have already deprecated the old interface. So the requirement of you can say running the unified interface is you can say almost gone. So all customers in an online version are running unified interface now. So this left us with these requirements, which means like the SharePoint integration should have been enabled, because this Dynamics 365 and Teams integration uses or leverages SharePoint, so it should be enabled behind the scenes. To fully utilize the functionalities of this integration. For basic Teams integration, right, you need to have the system administrator permissions on that environment. And to utilize the enhanced Microsoft Teams integration, you require to have a tenant administrator rights. So as you can see on the right hand side in the screen as well, right? So let me show you like in reality how it would look like. So once you have enabled the integration, once you have installed the Dynamics 365 app in your Microsoft Teams, and once you have tried to connect a record from Teams to Dynamics 365. So that's how you will it will be shown to you on your Microsoft Teams. So as you can see over here that you have you have one of the team called computer team. It could be these teams could, depending upon your business scenarios, it could be geographical teams, it could be teams working on some any specific opportunity or product or verticals, whatever, right? It could be whatever. So when you have connected a record, here I have connected an opportunity. You can see over here that I have connected an opportunity. So now I can work on this opportunity directly from the Teams, so that I don't have to you can say switch the apps, and I can edit records, I can edit some fields, I can associate some other stuff with this opportunity, and of course I can collaborate, which I will show you in a second, right? And that's what I was talking about regarding collaboration. So if you want to collaborate related to this opportunity among your colleagues, if you want to notify, if you want to use the mentions functionality within Teams, that's what you can do, which you can see over here as well. So you can, here I was trying to mention one of the other colleague of mine, Kashan, and I was trying to mention the team channel or the whole team as well. So everyone gets involved. So this is the way how you can improve, you can say, the collaboration and the communication related to your Dynamics 365 processes, or not processes, I mean like business processes which are being run into Dynamics 365. Okay. uh, like there are some cases that you are done with some of the records from Dynamics 365, which means, like, for example, if you were working in for an opportunity, take an example, right, and that opportunity has been won or has been lost, whatever, right? Now you don't want to have a linked record from Teams to Dynamics 365. So what you can do, you have the possibility to remove that link, and so that you can keep your spaces clean and tidy, right? So what you can do is that you can go into this channel tab and then just remove this, and what it will do is basically it will remove the link which you have created before while you were trying to integrate Teams and Dynamics 365 records. Okay, so uh, there are two types of connection types when you try to connect Dynamics 365 to Teams. So it could be successful depending upon your configurations, or it might get into some trouble, or that linking throws you an error, right? So as you can see over here, that once the record is being successfully connected to Teams, or the Teams can see Dynamics 365 records successfully, plus everything is working fine, you will see this message over here that this record is successfully connected to Dynamics 365. Uh, there are cases that when you try to connect or try to integrate Teams with Dynamics 365 records or views, it might throw an error. Uh, so if this is, you know, that for example, if you have activated previously for opportunities or accounts, whatever, and that was working fine, so just try once more, and it should work fine. But in some cases it will throw an error, which means there are some configuration issues, and then you have to follow a troubleshooting guide which we have on the Microsoft Docs, like why any specific type of error is being thrown to you or to your users, right? So there are different cases. uh, I can show you in by the end of the session. I can show you that troubleshooting site website as well. Okay, so let's talk about one of my favorite functionality with this integration, which is the document management, right? So you can manage documents from any of the application when this integration is working fine, right? So what you can do is that if you upload or if you create any documents from Teams file tab, right? It will be shown into Dynamics 365 files or documents, right, in that section, and the vice versa is also possible. So it's one of the most innovative, collaborative, you can say, way of having documents or contribute to the documents which you are uploading, or if you are writing any Word documents, you can contribute. I'll try to show you in a quick demo that how you can do that as well, which is very straightforward. Is just like I need to show you like how you can do it from Teams, which is associated with Dynamics 365. Okay, and that is basically how it will look like. So for example, here you can see that I am working on Teams, right? And and I have connected this opportunity to this channel, which I have named it mobile computing purchase channel, and all the documents which I upload over here, right, will be visible in these Teams files tabs and over here as well, right? And the good thing is that I can connect this specific record, or you can say this opportunity. Take an example, this opportunity, mobile computing purchase opportunity. So I can connect this opportunity to multiple Teams channels, right, as I have done over here. So I had two teams, internal collaboration products, right, and then I have computing teams. So in those two teams there are two channels where I have associated this opportunity, which is mobile computing purchase. And what it gives you, that it gives you different locations to store different documents, which means like the security for, you can say, for your documents is already in place. You don't have to do anything. So if I am part of a specific team, I can see that the document, and if I have access to the whole opportunity, I can see all the documents in all the places, or which means like in all the document locations, right? So that what you get out of the box, right? So you don't have to think about like where to store, who has access to what, and things like that. Okay. uh, yeah. Another thing is like, of course, you have the possibility to run the whole Dynamics 365 application from within Teams, right? So what you can do is that it adapts your configuration. So for example, here I have pinned this sales dashboard for me. So what it will do, that whenever I will move, whatever I will come to this dashboards, it will show this sales dashboard. If, for example, if I have what you call pinned a specific view from any specific table, right? Accounts, contacts, opportunities, whatever table we are talking about. So it will respect that, and it will show you your configured, your preferred way of showing Dynamics 365 application into Teams, right? And and in some of the cases, right? So in if you think that, okay, this was one of the team which you can see on the screen, like Teams cases, it we are not going to use Dynamics 365 for this team, right? So you really want to delete the whole integration point. So what you can do is that, of course, you have the possibility, you can come over here, you try to go to this applications tab by managing team, by clicking on the manage team icon over here, and then you just remove you remove the whole integration between the team and Dynamics 365, right? So so with that, let me go through with a demo. So let me see. Yes. So first of all, let me start with that. I have one of the environment which I will be using. Right. This is the environment which I have created, and I will be using this one. And this is the tenant which is called Furkan Trial 2019. Right. And as I was showing you that there were two types of integrations, right? So here, those integrations configuration are here. So you can come on this advanced settings from different ways, but depending upon which way you like, so you come over here. If you only want the basic collaboration experience, you click over here. And if you want to have the enhanced Microsoft Teams integration, which means like you get the collaborate button on a specific views and records, you and inclusion of the team members, you basically enable this enhanced, you can say, Teams integration over here, right? So as one of the user, I am one of the user, the Furkan Ali, and for example, I have this Dynamics 365 application. I work with this out of the box Sales Hub application over here, and I believe that almost all of you must have must are familiar with this application. So I have like the accounts, contacts, leads, opportunities, whatever. So depending upon my business scenarios, I will be showing different entities over here, and I can show some custom entities, and I have to enable integration, SharePoint integration for custom entities if I want to integrate between Teams and Dynamics 365, right? And this is my Teams, right? The same user, and this is how my Teams environment looks like, right? And let's take an example. So let's let's start a private team then. So I'll show you from the scratch. So let's create a private team and call it, let's call it Urdu Hindi Bootcamp, right? And as a business user, I know that there are some colleagues of mine who really want to with whom I really want to collaborate. So I will go over here and I'll try to start writing their name, for example, Elisa, and take Kashan, right? And I'll add them in this team, right? So there are two ways now how you can start interacting with Dynamics 365. One is you can go over here, and in the general tab, you can start creating connecting to Dynamics 365 records. My personal best practice, you can say, is that if I would like to connect to a Dynamics 365, I create a specific channel where I connect different records to Dynamics 365, which means like it will be easier for us to delink it in the future, or remove it, or have some security, inbuilt security which works behind the scenes for you automatically, right? So let's take an example of uh, home entertainment maybe, or yeah, home entertainment. I will be working on this home entertainment opportunity, right? uh, and that's where I will connect this opportunity which I have chosen now to my team's channel over here, right? Let's show this to everyone who are part of this team. So it has done, that it has I have created just a channel, a teams a typical teams channel over here. And now what I will do is that I will go over here. I'll try to connect to Dynamics 365 record, because I have never been connected to this Teams channel and Teams. So that's why it shows you the ad. And if I click on add, it shows me, okay, which view or record you want to connect with. So here I will say that I would like to connect to an opportunity, and home. If it was this. So it's just the naming convention. I can connect to anyone, any other opportunity, but I just want to remain consistent with the channel name and the opportunity name. That's why. So I'm selecting this and I click on save. So now what it has done is that it has connected, you can say it has connected my Teams channel to this Dynamics 365 record, which will show in a moment. So now it is loading the same opportunity record which I have selected over here. So this is the opportunity record which I selected. So now what happens is that you have the possibility to work for this Dynamics 365 record from this Teams channel, right? So you don't have to leave this. So if you want to change anything, you just go over here and change any of the fields, and basically you can start collaborating related to this opportunity which you are working with, right? So the next thing which I want to share is this collaboration and communication features. So what happens is that now, because we know that we have given access to this team to two of the users, the Elisa and Kashan. So now I can easily interact with them. So for example, if I say, Elisa, right, I heard that you are the key account manager for this opportunities account, fourth coffee. So what happens is that now, because I am logged in as Elisa as well over here. So what happened behind the scenes when I was creating what you call uh, when I was creating teams and when I was including the members. So she got this Urdu Hindi boot camp in her team environment, and now she can see the team's channels over here as well. So now he gets the mentions as well, that okay, somebody is trying to mention me in some of the chats. So she goes over here and she can basically starts communicating with her with other users, right? So yeah, for example, I say like, oh, the Elisa responded, yes, it's correct. Any help needed, right? And then if I was the user, so who started this conversation, so I can basically look at all the conversation, or you can say follow all the conversation which is specifically related to this opportunity, right? So over here what I'm doing is like I'm trying to communicate related to this opportunity or related to this account or whatever entity you will choose in your scenarios, right? Okay, so now the second thing which I wanted to discuss is the document management, which I showed you earlier, right? So because this one has been connected, so if I, for example, if I go over here, let's see if I have the luck, yeah. Uh, so you can see over here that now uh, all the document location, or the document location which we usually see over here, is basically this teams which we created, right? So which means like all the documents which we will upload over here will be accessible into the teams files tab, which means like it, irrespective of if I am a user of Dynamics 365 or not, I can collaborate related to this opportunity. So let's take an example that I upload a document. Let's take annual analysis. Right, so what it has done, that I have uploaded a document, right? And if I go into this Elisa's account, and if I go into this files tabs, then I should be able to see the document which I or the other user has uploaded. So it's basically uploaded by Furkan, and I can basically start collaborating with this you can say with these documents. Another thing which I wanted to discuss is the security thing, right? So for the non Dynamics 365 users, right? So for example, I have a user, Ahmed Roy, you can say, and just for the sake of clarity, I named him that finance, so which means like he works for finance, which means he doesn't have, at this moment, he doesn't have anything to do with our sales application, which is Dynamics 365. So it only has the Microsoft 365 E3 license, which means like he can run Teams environment he can run Teams, right? But he doesn't have access to Dynamics 365. So what I will do over here, that I would like, for example, some financial figures from Ahmed, right? So what I will do is that I will go into this team. I'll try to find him. Yeah, I found him. I'll add him to this team, right? And what happens is that now you can see this is Ahmed now. This is the third profile which I'm using. So now this Urdu Hindi boot camp team has been shown to his team's environment, and now he can see like what is going on over here, right? So he can see that okay, something is going on, and if he responds like hello there, uh, how can I help, right? And which means like everyone else, irrespective of if I am a Dynamics 365 users or not, I will see, or those users will see that there is some communication going on. And we know that this user, Ahmed Roy, is from finance, just by the naming convention, by the way. So, so I can like, yeah, yes, we need some financial advices for fourth coffee. and 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 what I can do is what I was telling you about the co-authoring with the help of Office 365 applications, right? So I can, what I can do is that I can go and create a Word document over here, right? I can say that financial figures, I create this one, which means like it will open a Word document for me to collaborate, right? And let's give it a second so that it loads. So now this Word document has been loaded, and which means like I want everyone within that team the people which I have included, like Kashan, Elisa, Ahmed, to collaborate for this document. So that you can start doing it. So we need we need to uh, create a proposal, and for example, oh wait, uh, okay, proposal here. Figures here would be someone else would need to give some offer details, whatever, right? And then if I save it, if I go to this, you can say this is, by the way, Elisa, and I'm trying to see if she can be able to see the documents or the document which I just created using Office 365. It should be visible over here. Yeah, this is the document. So if I, as an Elisa and another user, would like to, you can say, contribute to this document, I can start writing my own stuff over here as well, right? So for example, I know the typical way of collaborating, that Furkan is also doing something, right? And in the meanwhile, if the same concept goes with Ahmed, which is not a Dynamics 365 users, and if he wants to collaborate for this document, he can write and collaborate and give his input in this, maybe the financial figures instead. Okay, so now if I go back to this one, so I know that there are people who are contributing into this document, which is based on the SharePoint, right? So that's how you can communicate and collaborate. Another thing which I wanted to discuss, which I wanted to show you, is basically right now you have this one. So this document location where all the documents are being stored, right? So what I can do is that, let's take an example that okay, let's create a channel over here, and the same home entertainment channel, for example. So what I'm trying to do is that I will show you how you can connect the same Dynamics 365 records to different teams channels, so that if you, for example, if there are different geographical based teams, right? Geographical teams which are working on the same opportunity or for the same account, which is a global account, right? So you might want to include different records into different teams, right? So here I'll do the same, right? So I'll go over here. I'll try to connect these teams into Dynamics 365. I'll say I don't have the recent one, so select once again this home entertainment. And let's see, I think so. Who are the guests? Let's remove Elisa, right? So now Elisa should not see this demo team. Yeah, that's good. so So now what I have done, the same thing once again, I have connected a Dynamics 365 record to my teams, and now I can start communicating and collaborating related to this opportunity. The only thing which I wanted to show over here is basically the files or the document management system, right? So now you can see the document location is demo home entertainment, which is the team and the channel name. So if I basically upload a document, let's take an example, this one, right? And if basically Eliza is already part of one of the team for a connected record, right, she will only see the records which are associated, which are accessible to her. So it's like the new record which which I just uploaded, right, she is not able to see that document, right? So but in the meanwhile, if I go into files tab, because I have access to both of these teams, I can see that, okay, this is one of the document related to this team. And if I go to then another team, I can see that there are some other documents which are associated, right? So you can see over here, right? So there are already, you can say, separate locations for different documents. But and in the meanwhile, if I go into my Dynamics 365 and if I go into my files tab, so here I have the possibility, depending upon my access, right, I have the possibility to see all the documents which are uploaded into any kind of the teams or teams channels. So here you can see that this record has uh, two locations, teams based locations where I can upload documents. And you have already seen that the you can see that the documents are already secured in a way that only the people who have access to the team have access to those specific documents. Okay, so that was a quick demo which I wanted to show to you guys. Let's jump into some last slides from my side. And like hopefully you would have got like how you can improve the communication and collaboration with the current features with the basic and enhanced collaboration. And now I would like to talk a little bit about what's coming next, because because the Microsoft product team is working very hard on this integration, right? So I think so in the month of August, we
Hi,
will be
Furkan.
releasing.
Sorry to cut you off there. If we can finish up in a couple of minutes,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have to
sure.
take some
Yeah,
time.
it's just the last
Thank you
slide.
so much.
So,
Thank you so much for
so
understanding.
so this is basically what we are doing is that we are providing a contextual list of Microsoft Teams channels and chats, which means like you don't have to connect anything. All of the chat will be coming to your Dynamics 365 automatically, and you can collaborate directly. So you can link chats and communicate and collaborate from within Dynamics 365. So the next thing is which is coming is basically you can engage into in Teams chat from within Dynamics 365, as I already said. The next thing which is coming is basically you can start sharing CRM records in Microsoft Teams messages. So with the help of interactive cards, and and basically you can have activities or notes on a Dynamics 365 record from the context of a Teams message, you can say. So and there are a lot of other functionalities until the end of this year which are coming, and just keep you updated. Keep looking at the Microsoft Docs and some other blogs where we are trying to publish when any of the functionality going into a public preview will try to publish over there. So with that, I'll that's all from my side. Thanks a lot to the Pakistan user group for giving me an opportunity to